Hi, my name's Todd, and I'm going to share with you some of my favorite sayings by Confucius, so hold on.
没有的感觉，
面子的感觉。
We've all heard of Confucius in one way or another, and in my mind, Confucius is possibly one of the most famous teachers. And I'm not talking about teachers like Jesus, the Buddha, teachers like that, who are spiritual teachers, but he is a teacher of thought and philosophies that permeate the world in a lot of ways. Confucius has a lot of sayings, obviously, but some of my favorites that I want to share with you today stand out to me from my studies. And obviously, as I continue to study, I'm going to learn more, and I'll share those later. So today, the first one I want to share with you is 三人行必有我师焉. The way I've translated that is when together with others, they are my teachers. Literally, it means when I'm walking with three, amongst them is my teacher. Meaning that if there's three of us walking, and in classical Chinese, the number three doesn't mean three, it means more than three. So three can mean a group or it can mean a lot. So when I'm around a lot of people, when I'm in a crowd, wherever I am, there's always going to be my teacher. But that has to be a frame of mind, and it has to be something that we're open to. If we're not open to learning from others, then, there's not a whole lot of hope. The next one is 己所不欲，勿施于人. And the way I've translated that is that which I do not want, I should not bring to others. Basically just means that if there's something that I don't like, then I'm not going to force that on someone else. Because if I don't like it, most likely, it wouldn't be right for me to do it to someone else. So that's showing us that we need to be respectful of others. We have to think about what others might appreciate. If we're in a relationship, we might want to think about what's the best way to move the relationship forward in a positive way, and that would be through thinking about, do I want to do this to that person? Will it gain me what I am looking to gain? And that works a lot in political and diplomatic relations too. We need to stop and think about what we're saying and doing and what is going to be the consequence or the benefit brought around through those sayings or actions. The next one is 不患人之不己知，患不知人也, which I have translated as, don't be concerned if others don't understand you. Be concerned that you don't understand others. There again, relationship, diplomacy, we need to understand the people that we're interacting with. If we don't, we won't be able to be successful in the interactions. And that goes back to the same saying that I've mentioned several times from The Art of War, 知己知彼，百战不殆. Know yourself, know others, and you will be successful in 100 battles, or you will be successful in all battles. So it's important that we take the time to get to know other people, to consider other people, to think about what is the best way to interact with that person, what is the best way to gain the benefit that I'm looking to gain from the relationship, and there again, not doing unto others, not bringing onto others what we don't want others to bring onto us. The next saying is 君子求诸己，小人求诸人. And I've translated that as a respectable person relies on self. A scoundrel relies on others. And so when we think about a respectable person, which is the translation that I use for 君子, that's a person who treats others with respect and follows the other teachings of Confucius by thinking about others before thinking about self, by contemplating the best ways to speak to people in order to gain the best benefit, and by depending on yourself and your own skill sets in order to be able to move through a situation. But you can also, that's not to say that you can't depend on other people, but you have to depend on yourself before you start depending on other people. Whereas the scoundrel or the xiaoren, that person just goes and takes advantage of the other people to get what they can gain. So it's not a mutually beneficial situation, it's a selfish situation, because the scoundrels are known as being pretty selfish. And then the last one comes from one of Confucius's students, Zhengzi. And Zhengzi has a saying that is pretty well known. It's 五日三省吾身. I contemplate my words and my actions daily. That's basically how I have translated that. I actually translated it as I contemplate my thoughts and actions throughout the day. But that's thoughts become words, and so we need to also be careful of the words that we use and that we choose. And so by contemplating our actions and our words on a daily basis, then we're more aware and more sensitive to what we say, how we say it, and how we act around others in order to be able to establish good, positive, and beneficial relations. And that goes to diplomacy too. When we're working across cultures, when we're communicating across cultures, we need the sensitivities of these expressions that Confucius said thousands of years ago. So today I just wanted to share with you some of my favorite sayings by Confucius and his students, and I hope that you found them interesting. And please check out my other videos above and leave comments if you enjoyed these, or if you have a favorite saying by Confucius, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks and have a great day.